Hi, I'm Abby, and for my persuasive speech, I did Should Uniforms Be Mandatory? There's always the questions of, have you ever seen a girl wearing a skirt and you know exactly which high school she's from because of the pattern on her kilt? Or did you go to a school where you were required to wear a uniform and you had to wear a sweater in the 80-degree heat because that was part of the uniform? Or on the other side, did they kind of not allow you to be yourself? These are some of the questions that are always raised when talking about uniforms. Some background on uniforms. They're common at private and Catholic schools, and in the later centuries they were seen as a form of wealth because you had to wear a uniform to go to the schools that you were required to pay for. According to procon.org, it wasn't until 1222 that uniforms began. They started in England, and they started with a cappa clausa, which was a robe type of clothing. And this was what you were required to wear to school in England at the time. One of the most well-known uniforms is a uniform from Eton School in England. It's a black kind of tux uniform with a black top hat. And I think that's really kind of extreme for a uniform. A lot aren't that intense, but it is a good example. In 2013 to 2014, public schools had 1 in 5 of them had uniforms, and that is it used to be 1 in 8 in 2003 and 2004, so they've actually become more common recently. I believe that schools should have uniforms, and one of the main reasons I think that schools should have uniforms is because it creates a level playing field for all that attend. There are differences in everyone's home lives, and no one knows them, and it's your own business. And I think some people come from wealthier backgrounds than others. Some people are just getting by while others' parents are doing very, very well. And I think at this age, kids are so vulnerable. Kids are trying to make friends. They're trying to, be on a sports team. They're trying to accomplish all these sorts of things. And I think if everyone could start off wearing a uniform, everyone would start off on the same page. The Nation reports that uniform makes all students equal. Thus, there is no difference evident between the rich and the poor. And that's so true, because if everyone wears the same thing, then there's no way for someone to wear, Vineyard Vines, and someone to wear hand-me-downs from, a secondhand clothing store, or someone won't be able to wear Yeezy sneakers versus someone who bought their shoes at Payless. There's just a strict thing you have to follow, and I think that's beneficial when kids are so vulnerable. Next, there's no subjectivity. There are a lot of rules required with uniforms, and I think that's really actually beneficial because it makes it so you can only get in trouble if you break those rules. I know at some schools there's dress codes. Dress codes, what does that entail? No spaghetti straps? Does that mean no short shorts? Well, what does short shorts mean? What I think is short for shorts, is that what you think is short for shorts? So there's a little more subjectivity there, and especially if a kid is already kind of not on a good side of a teacher, then the teacher may just kind of write them off and try to find a way to write them up according to their dress code. So I think that it's really important for uniforms for that aspect as well. Uniforms are also very strict, and they come from one provider normally, so if you go to that provider, you know that you are getting what the school wants, and therefore you won't get in trouble. Lastly, in the morning, you know exactly what you're going to wear. You wake up, you save that 20 or 30 minutes of debating, I don't know, is it a capri kind of day? Do I want to wear sweatpants? Oh wait, I have that presentation, so I should probably wear nice pants. But oh, it's going to be cold but in the morning, but warm in the afternoon. Can I get away with a skirt? If you know what you're going to wear, you wake up and you wear it. There's no question. I think that's really helpful, especially when kids are trying to get more sleep at night. They're going to save time. And I think that's a point that's kind of overlooked. I know going to college, I now spend so much more time trying to pick out an outfit, and I wish I could go back to my school uniform of just wearing my kilt, my blouse, my sweater, my tights, and my Sperry's. But it is beneficial to have a uniform in high school. So in conclusion, uniforms should be mandatory for 3 main reasons. They start off with creating a level playing field for all that attend. There's no subjectivity when trying to get someone in trouble. You have to follow the rules of the uniform or you get in trouble. Simple as that. And lastly, you save time in the morning. Kids are already lacking so much sleep, and if they could save that extra 20 to 30 minutes in the morning by knowing exactly what they're going to wear, I think that'd be helpful. So thank you for listening, and I hope you understand why I think that uniforms should be mandatory.